number 3 is debt capital, and number 4 is internal sources. In internal sources, we have two different sources. Number 1 is retained earning, and number 2 is depreciation. We have discussed that part. I think so. We have completed the discussion, and we have started the discussion about the cost of capital even, as I remember. Okay, so this four, up to this clear? Equity capital, reference capital, debt capital, and retained earning and depreciation. Just the quick revision of last session, then we go for a remaining parts. Here equity means owners capital. Equity shareholders are owners of the company. They are getting the dividend in form of return, and they are bearing the risk of the company. Some of rights we have discussed, some of types of capitals we have discussed, authorized, issued, subscribed, unsubscribed, paid up, unpaid up. Then after we have discussed the advantages, limitation of equity capital. Then after, yes, and preference capital. Why they are called as a preference capital? Because they have a preference in terms of dividend and in terms of repayment of money. Types of preferences: convertible, non-convertible, redeemable, irredeemable, participative, non-participative, and cumulative and non-cumulative. These 8 types of preferences. Then we have started the discussion about the debt capital. Debt capital include two components: debenture and long-term loans. Debentures, again, there are types: convertible, non-convertible, secured, unsecured, registered, unregistered, like this. And then after, finally, we have discussed the internal source of the company. And internal source, we have two components: retained earning. Retained earning means a past profit of the company. Suppose company has earned a profit of rupees 5 lakh. So out of 5 lakh rupees, company has declared the dividend for 2 lakh rupees. So now remaining 3 lakh is with company. So this 3 lakh will be considered as retained earning. Company will reinvest that profit in the business for a expansion and growth. Are we clear? So this is called as a retained earning. So retained earning means part of past profit, and that may be invested for the growth and expansion purpose. And second one is a depreciation in an internal source. See, depreciation is expense. We are debiting to profit and loss account on the debit side. But we are not paying any amount to any person or any machinery. If we have charged 50% depreciation on plants, we are not going to pay that 50,000 rupees to that plant operator or a plant or a plant manager. It's remain with the company. Are you getting my point? So your depreciation is non-case expense. So whatever we charge on a debit side, that is considered as expense, but that expense is not paid to anyone. It's again remain with the company. So company can utilize that particular fund to purchase a new machineries, to purchase a new plants at the end of the period, जब भी उसको requirement होगा तब. So are we clear? Equity, preference, debt, and internal sources. Then after, we have started the discussion about the cost of capital. Cost of capital. Here, cost of capital means cost of equity capital, cost of preference capital, cost of debt capital, and cost of internal sources or retained earning. Let's take in one example to understand and to create the background. Okay. Suppose I want to go New Delhi. Okay. मुझे कहाँ जाना है? New Delhi. So how many ways are there? Multiple ways are there. Okay. How many modes of transportations are available? Multiple. Okay. I can use my own car. Okay. I can use aeroplanes. I can use trains. I can use buses, and I can hire a taxi like as Ola, Uber. These are the options available to me. Okay. Even though yes, the bike is option, but I don't like to travel this much. Okay. यहाँ से दिल्ली जाना थोड़ा difficult है. हाँ, लेकिन हाँ, yes, that depend upon the yes, person to person is different. Now coming back. So here we have a multiple mode of transportations. Okay, so bus, train, aeroplane and car. Now, if you have some emergencies, okay, which mode of transportation you will use? Aeroplanes, okay, definitely. But suppose the conditions are normal, you are not in hurry to reach anywhere else. And now there are four options: bus, car, train, or plane. Which one you select? Okay. Yes. Suppose somebody said a plane, somebody says car. That depend upon the preference. But from the point of view of expenses, the total cost from Rajkot to New Delhi, which one is the best option? कॉस्ट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से जिसमें एक्सपेंस कम से कम हो, ट्रेन, कार, बस और एरोप्लेन. ट्रेन. Are you getting my point? Yes. So from the point of view of cost, from the point of view of total traveling expenses, the train is cheapest way to reach the New Delhi. And from the point of view of emergency, where the money is not important but time is important, at that point, from that point of view, the planes are important. Are we clear? Yes. Same thing we are doing here. The company has a 4 different options: equity, preference, debt, and retain earning. Now that's depend upon or a nature and operation of the company. That company will select any one or combination of one or two. Are you getting my point? मैं यहाँ से अहमदाबाद तक कार में जाऊँ और अहमदाबाद से मैं प्लेन लेके दिल्ली जाऊँ, ये भी तो एक ऑप्शन है. I use 2 mode of transportation. Same thing is applicable here in case of equity, in case of preference, in case of debt, and in case of retainer. So now, which capital will used by the companies that depend upon the cost of that particular capital and the strategy of the company. So are we clear? Yes. The concept is clear. So in this sessions, in this entire topic, we will try to understand how the companies are calculating that cost. How the company calculate the cost of equity capital, how the company calculate the cost of preference capital and cost of debt capital. Already we have discussed the first methods for calculating the cost of equity capital. Okay, I think so. You have written these things in your book, all of you. अच्छा, तो मुझे ये बताओ, आपके क्लास में आपने क्या लिखा है लास्ट बुक में? लास्ट टॉपिक क्या था? Source of finance. We have completed that entire. Okay. We have not started the discussion about the cost of capital. We said that there is of equity capital, sir. You may be absent in last class. Yes, those. We have started the discussion about the cost of capital. मैंने गूगल शीट क्रिएट किया है, इसका मतलब ये होगा कि मैंने आपको कुछ तो एक्सप्लेन किया होगा. मुझे याद है तक लास्ट में हमने देखा था कि हमने कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल का मीनिंग क्या है, उसकी डेफिनेशन क्या है, इस तरह से कैलकुलेशन करते हैं. ओके, कोई बात नहीं, चलो. यस 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 ऋतु, यू आर राइट. जस्ट 1 मिनट, इसका हम 2 मिनट में रिवीजन कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद जाते हैं प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन. ओके, डोंट वरी. क्योंकि बीच में एक गैप मिल गया तो मे बी पॉसिबल है कि आप उसको भूल गए होंगे. कोई बात नहीं, हम उसको थोड़ा सा रिवाइज कर लेते हैं क्विकली. यहाँ प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन में इतना टाइम नहीं लगेगा जितना टाइम हमें कंसेप्ट क्लियर करने में लगेगा. ओके, वंस द कंसेप्ट इज क्लियर the calculation is might be take 1 minute or 2 minutes. Okay, the entire things is depend upon the concepts only. So here we have discussed in the last class, so I'm not going for the detailed discussion. Cost of capital, simply the cost of capital means a minimum rate of return that company must earn. The cost of capital is also known as cut-off rate, target rate, hurdle rate, and rate of required rate of return. Please remember these names may be asked in MCQ question. Okay, or 1 mark question. Cost of capital is also known as cut-off rate, target rate, hurdle rate, and required rate of return. Then after, as I discussed, cost of capital means a rate of return that firm must earn. Minimum इतना कमाना. Cost of capital मतलब कि minimum इतना कमाना. Some of definitions are there. This definition is important. Second definition, cost of capital is minimum required rate of return. Already I discussed. Okay, cost of capital means minimum required rate of return, or else the cut-off rate of capital expenditure. This is not important. Now this is important for all of you. Those who have not written, please write down this one. Okay, one by one we go for practical application of each capital. The first one is cost of equity, second cost of preference, third one cost of debt, and fourth one is cost of retained earnings. Just write down the number one, cost of equity. Okay. Their cost of equity, shortly we know as a KE. Cost of capital stands for K. अगर मैं कहीं पे भी K लिखता हूँ तो इसका मतलब होगा cost of capital. If I add E, it means it's cost of equity capital. If I E with the P, it means KP is equal to cost of preference capital, and if I replace with a D, then it's cost of debt capital, KD. And here the meaning is very simple. Cost of equity capital means minimum return that company must earn on equity shares so that the price of the equity shares are remain same in a market. If I explain in a simple language, then a minimum profit or minimum earning on a equity capital, on which? On a equity capital, so that the value or the price of the equity shares remain same, remain constant in a share market. शेयर मार्केट में कंपनी के शेयर्स की प्राइस सेम रहे, कांस्टेंट रहे, डिक्रीज ना हो, एटलीस्ट इतना कंपनी को प्रॉफिट अर्न करना. आर वी क्लियर? उसी को हम कहते हैं कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी कैपिटल. नाउ देयर आर 5 different methods which help us to decide the cost of equity capital. Now write down the first one, cost of equity capital, first method. Main title होगा cost of equity capital. The first method, dividend price approach method. Dividend price approach method. Done title? Okay. Moving ahead. Here, the concept is very simple. Cost of equity capital is equal to expected dividend rate. Expected dividend rate. Let me take one example. Suppose ABC company is there. Okay. And companies declare 25% dividend. How many percent? 25%. So this 25% will consider as cost of equity capital as per this approach. फंडा is clear? जितना डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर होगा उतनी इक्विटी शेयर की कॉस्ट होगी. Simple is that. Suppose we have taken a loan from the bank, okay, and that loan is suppose 8% loan. What it indicate? 8% loan means each and every year we need to pay additional 8% as an interest. That's why this loan is known as 8% loan. 8% additional interest is there. Similarly, if we are declaring the dividend for 20%, 20% is the cost. If your company is declaring 10% dividend, 10% is dividend and 10% is cost. Are we clear? Write down the formula. KE is equal to D divided by NP. KE is equal to D divided by NP, and or the second formula, KE is equal to D divided by P0. It's not O, it's P0. Done? Okay. Now the practical question number 1, and with the practical question, we will try to understand these formulas and calculations. Okay. Believe me, the practical questions will take hardly 2 minutes. Hardly 2 minutes. Within a minute, you will get the answer, but the condition is must. You have to ready with the formula. You have to ready with the calculator, and you must have a knowledge about how to do the calculation. Okay. So now the first practical question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Everyone? Last discussion is this about only. Those are here in online mode. Are you ready, everyone? With your book, pen, and calculator. See, again, I tell you that it hardly take 1 or 2 minutes if the concepts and calculations are clear. It is easier than the time value of money. Time value of money जितना easier था, उससे भी easier. So, shall we start?
Yes.
Okay, definitely. A company issues 10,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each at a premium of 10%. The company has been paying 25% dividend to equity shareholders for the past 5 years, and it's expected to remain constant, remain same in future also. Compute the cost of equity capital. Now see here in this entire question, now find the required values. What we required first? D. D means dividend per share. Okay. See here, anything is given to you about the dividend? See, something is given to you about the dividend. Yes. How many percentage? Here, percentage of dividend is given to you 25%. So you may please note down this somewhere. Dividend or premium or discount. Premium, discount, and dividend. These three things always calculated on face value. Always calculated on the basis of face value. Which three? Dividend, premium, and discount. अगर किसी भी प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन में प्रीमियम हो या डिस्काउंट हो या डिविडेंड परसेंटेज में हो तो किस पे कैलकुलेट होंगे? फेस वैल्यू पे. हियर फेस वैल्यू मींस 100. जनरली वी हैव 100 rupees for most of practical questions. In some of it may attend, but in most of cases we have only 100. So first of all, write down the formula first. KE is equal to D upon NP. Okay. D, we have find it out how many percentage? 25%. Okay. So here 25% of face value, and face value is 100. So how many rupees? 25 rupees. Are we clear about 25? 25% of 100, 25 rupees. Now NP. Write down the formula for NP. NP is equal to face value plus, if we have premium, then premium plus premium. If we have premium, if we have discount, less discount. Okay, and less issue expenses if it is given. होंगे तो हम लेस करेंगे, नहीं होंगे तो नहीं करेंगे. In the same formula, if I have a discount, then I need to deduct. Okay. Issue value minus discount minus issue expenses. Are we clear about NP? Yes. Face value plus premium minus issue expenses. Now see, face value is given to you. Yes. How many? 100 rupees. Here, premium or discount? Premium. So we need to add or deduct? Add a premium. Premium, how many percent? 10%. Already we've written that premium also calculated on face value. Face value is 100. 10% of 100, 10 rupees. Is there any information about the issue expenses? No. So we assume that issue expenses are 0. Are we clear about this? Yes. D means dividend per share, 25 rupees. NP means face value plus premium minus issue expenses, 100 plus 10 minus 0. So 25 divided by 110, 0.27. All of you will get this answer, 0.2272. So are we clear about this? Yes. Any doubt, any query? No. Hello, all of you are getting the same answer? Yes, sir. Good. Go ahead. Now, are you ready for the second question? Okay. Now, in the second question, I'm not going for that details, okay? Directly, we find the details and we put the details in a formula. So, write down the formula here. Formula is A is equal to D upon NP. Now, D, find out the percentage or rupees. How many percentage is given to you about the dividend? 20% dividend. Okay, here 20% of face value. Face value is 100. So see the second line, the company has been paying 20% dividend. So here dividend is 20 divided by NP. So first of all, face value is given to you. Yes, 100. Now see, a premium or discount? Premium. Premium means plus. How many? 15% of 150. Is there any information about the issue expenses? No. So 20 divided by 115. 0.1739. Are you getting my point? If the concepts are clear, it's hardly take a 1 minute to solve a practical question. Okay? We need to focus on formulas and concepts. So all those are in online mode. Are we clear? Are you ready for the next practical question? In the next practical question, I am not going to help you. Okay? You need to solve. And you have only 1 minute. ये रहा आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. आपको लिखना है फॉर्मूला, उसमें वैल्यूज पुट करनी है. डायरेक्टली मुझे आंसर नहीं चाहिए. Carefully read the details. Once again, I repeat, if the concepts are clear, okay, then it will take only 1 minute. If the concepts are not clear, you said, sir, it is the same question, but only the one word is different, and that is discount. If you see the question number 2 and question number 3, both are same. In a question number 2, we have 15% of premium, and in a question number 3, we have 15% of dividend. What will be the answer? क्या आंसर आएगा? Yes, 0.2352. KE is equal to D divided by NP. Here D means dividend remains same, 20 divided by, in a bracket, 100 minus 15 minus 00, ultimately 20 divided by 85, 0.2382. Sorry, 52. Very good, Shruti and Abhi, both. बाकी सबको क्या आंसर आया? 20 divided by 100. See, every time why I am putting bracket here? Why I am putting bracket here? Because whenever the steps are there, always we work on the first bracket. Okay, first we solve this bracket and then we go for further multiplication or division. So whenever I have any bracket, it means first you need to focus on that bracket. Whatever the answer of that bracket, that you need to multiply or divide by the remaining things. Okay. So if you are clear with this one, yes. Okay. So अब हम 3G में से 4G में update हो. Now we are moving for next method, and next method is updated version of this one. This is the only 3G network. Now, or suppose it is only a 4G network. Now we are moving for 5G network. So write down the next title, and the next title is dividend price plus growth approach. Dividend price plus growth approach. Again, I explained this is the just improved version of previous one. Dividend price plus growth approach. Here, cost of equity capital is calculated on two bases. Mainly two components, two criteria are there. The first criteria is expected dividend per share, as we are discussing in the previous method. Whatever the dividend rate or rupees is there, that is the first criteria. Second criteria is growth in a dividend. Why growth in a dividend? Suppose companies declaring the dividend every year, it means simply companies is growing up, expanding the business, and as the business expands, as the company grows, the income of the company will increase. Are you agree? जैसे जैसे कंपनी का बिजनेस का व्याप ग्रोथ होगा वैसे इनकम बढ़ेगा. Once the income increase, ultimately it will increase the dividend. Okay, suppose companies declare that we will declare the dividend 10% of net profit. तो जैसे net profit बढ़ेगा 5 lakh to 7 lakh, dividend भी बढ़ेगा 50,000 to 70,000. This concept is applicable here. As a company grows, company will expand, and as a case company expands and grows, the dividend will improve. And this is also known as dividend growth model. Dividend growth model. Now the formula for the same. Write down the formula. See, up to this the formula is same. Yes. The first part, KE, cost of equity capital, is equal to D divided by NP. Additionally, we need to add G. And here G doesn't stand for a girl or a girlfriend. It stands for growth rate. Okay, or G again not stand for a golgappe. चलो तो clear है? Yes. G means growth. Okay. चलो. Or else, in some of cases, if the issue price is not given to you, but market price is given to you, so in that case, we use P0. Okay, P0 stand for current market price. So, are you ready for the practical question?
Yes.
Formula बोलो एक बार, क्या है formula? Yes. Now focus here. Practical question number 4. A company plans to issue 10,000 new equity shares, each of rupees 100 at par. At par means it's not par, it's par. Okay. At par means no discount, no premium. Okay, like as BEP. Break-even point means no profit, no loss. At par means no premium, no discount. The flotation costs are expected to be 4% of share price. Are you aware about the flotation costs? Okay. So flotation costs are one type of cost which incurred while issuing the equity shares. So simply we can say that flotation cost is a part of issue expenses. Are we clear? The company pays a dividend. Company pays a dividend of rupees. Your percentage is not given to you directly. Amount is given to you, and a growth is expected to how many percentage? 5%. Okay, यहाँ पे 5% growth होने की possibilities. Now put the values in the formula. So for that we need a formula. So KE is equal to D divided by NP plus G. याद रखना गर्लफ्रेंड जब भी आए उसको हम पीछे रखेंगे और कैलकुलेशन में भी उसको पीछे रखेंगे. ओके, सब में उसको पीछे रहेंगे, हम कभी भी उसको आगे नहीं करेंगे. चल, so here D, how many rupees? 12. See here dividend. आगे आ जाओ, वहां से नहीं दिख रहा है तो 12 rupees. Okay. Now NP. NP means net proceed, and for that we have one formula: issue price. Sorry, a face value. Face value 100 plus premium. No premium is there. Minus discount. No discount is there. See here, par value means no premium, no discount. Okay, par means 100. Minus 4% issue expenses. So 4% of 100 rupees 4. Bracket over plus G 5 divided by 100. So 12 divided by 96 plus 0.05. $0.125. Sorry, 175. $0.05. Final answer is 0.1. Sorry, अच्छा यहाँ पे मैंने सही किया था 0.125 plus final answer will be like this. Are we clear about this? Any doubt, any query? No. Please remember, हम गर्लफ्रेंड को कहाँ रखेंगे, आगे या पीछे? पीछे रखेंगे, okay? चलो, moving ahead for the next practical question. और ये रहा आपकी स्क्रीन पे. नहीं, वो ऐसे क्लोज किया ना इसलिए. Okay, now write down the question number 5. Question number 5. Just 1 minute. I am sharing the screen. Then after we go for the calculation. Meanwhile, I will tell you the amount. Expected dividend rupees 25. You may note down in a book. Expected dividend rupees 25. Growth in dividend 10%. Dividend per share 25 rupees. Growth in a dividend 10%. Company issues a share with premium of 10%. So 10% premium is there. And flotation cost, issue expenses 5%. Flotation cost or issue expenses 5%. Now write down the formula and put the values. हेलो, वेट, मैं आपको शेयर करता हूँ यहाँ पे. Question 4 completed. Now question 5. Already have noted down the details here. Okay, 30,000 new shares, each of rupees 100 at a premium of 10%, flotation cost 5%, dividend per share 25 rupees, and growth rate is 10%. Just write down the formula and put the values. B divided by NP plus G. B, your dividend per share, how many rupees? 25 rupees. So write down 25 upon NP issue price, face value 100 plus premium 10 minus issue expenses 5 bracket over and plus growth rate 10 divided by 100. So ultimately 25 upon 105 plus 0.10. Can you tell me the answer? 25 divided by 105?
0.3380.
3380 plus 0.10. So नहीं ये आंसर मुझे दो ना 20.2380 like this plus 0.10.
25.105.
हाँ
2380.
so 0.3380. I'm right? Final answer, everyone, is 3380 like this. All of you are getting the same?
Yes.
And last practical question for today, and then after we are going to wind up the session. Now, I am not going to read this question. You need to read this question and tell me which formula is applicable. Read the question carefully and then tell me.
P0.
किसी को पीना नहीं है अभी श्रावण मास को टाइम है चलो read the first line carefully. What written here? Current market price. And please remember the thumb rule here. Whenever the current market price is given to you, at that time you are not worried about the issue price, you are not worried about the face value, you are not worried about the premium, or you are not worried about the discount. Okay, हमें कुछ भी नहीं देखना है, even though not worry about the issue expenses. If the market price is given to you, you need to ignore premium, discount, issue expenses, all the things. Just write down the formula. Your KE is equal to D divided by P0 plus G remains same. D dividend here, dividend is rupees 4.5 per share. So write down here 4.50 divided by P0. P0 means current market price, and current market price is 95 rupees. Plus D 0.07. 4.5 divided by 95. 0.047 plus 0.07 like this.
Yes.
It is easy for everyone to do this calculation. Yes. But my dear, again I repeat here, what is important? Important is to remember the formula, remember the concept. Okay. Now last thing, and then after we are going to wind up. No need to write anything. Just see how you differentiate the question, that which formula is applicable. So if you see the first or second question, yours are given to you. The company expects to maintain the same dividend. If the same dividend is there, it means only a 3G network. Okay, ये कौन से में चलेगा? 3G पे in a first method. But if something additional is given to you, beyond the 3G is given to you, it means the growth is given to you, then you need to use a second method. Are we clear? क्योंकि एग्जाम में ऐसा नहीं दिया होगा कि use the dividend price approach or dividend price growth approach. That you need to decide. So that is from my side. Okay, thank you so much for joining, and please write your enrollment numbers and you are free to go for a lunch.